Explosive new satellite images from a Chinese intelligence-linked firm appear to show U.S. stealth fighter jets massing at a key Israeli airbase, a silent buildup in plain sight. And with tensions spiking, the Middle East could be staring at its most dangerous escalation yet, as Washington weighs its options against Iran. Chinese intelligence firm MizarVision has published satellite imagery that it says shows American F-22 stealth fighter jets stationed at Israel's Ovda airbase in the country's south. The images appear to confirm the presence of 11 F-22 aircraft at the base. The satellite photos also indicate what analysts say could be a Patriot air defense system deployed nearby. MizarVision has previously been described as having ties to the Chinese military. The firm has also faced allegations of republishing satellite imagery from other commercial providers with added overlays. The deployment comes amid a broader United States military buildup in the Middle East, as President Donald Trump considers whether to take military action against Iran. The F-22 Raptor, operated exclusively by the U.S. Air Force, is widely regarded as one of the world's most advanced air superiority fighters, designed for stealth, speed, and maneuverability in air-to-air combat. Earlier this week, 12 F-22s departed from Royal Air Force Lakenheath in England, heading toward Israel. 11 of those aircraft reportedly landed at Ovda Airbase, while one returned to the UK due to a technical issue. Open-source flight tracking analysts say another 12 F-22s arrived at RAF Lakenheath yesterday. Those aircraft, along with the jet that turned back, are expected to eventually deploy to Israel, potentially bringing the total number of U.S. stealth fighters stationed there to 24. The deployment of American fighter jets at Israeli air bases for operational missions, rather than joint training exercises with the Israeli Air Force, is considered highly unusual.
Twelve F-22 Raptor fighter jets have reportedly departed RAF Lakenheath in the United Kingdom, heading toward the operational zone of United States Central Command, better known as CENTCOM. The F-22 is among the most advanced air superiority platforms in the world. Stealth-designed, capable of supersonic cruise without afterburners, and built for dominance in contested airspace, its deployment is rarely routine. CENTCOM oversees U.S. military operations across a vast and volatile region, stretching from the eastern Mediterranean to the Persian Gulf. The arrival of stealth fighters enhances surveillance, strike readiness, and defensive cover for Allied infrastructure. As the jets reposition, a firm statement comes from Abdullah II of Jordan. "We will not allow violations of our airspace," the monarch declared. Jordan sits at a strategic crossroads, bordering Israel, Syria, Iraq, and Saudi Arabia. Its airspace has, in past regional escalations, become a sensitive corridor for both defensive and offensive operations. The development comes amid U.S. naval deployments near Iran's coastline, part of broader military positioning amid possible strike scenarios. Iran's top military leadership is sending a strong message. Army Commander-in-Chief Major General Abdul Rahim Musavi Hatami declared, "We will defend Iran with all our strength and determination." He rejected the notion that the United States is unbeatable, pointing to America's 20-year wars in Vietnam and Afghanistan, both of which ended in withdrawal.
Satellite images, sudden base movements, and war rhetoric rising again in West Asia. Iranian media is reporting that the United States has begun evacuating key military assets from bases near Iran, calling it a sign that war may be imminent. Chinese satellite imagery, according to those reports, allegedly shows American equipment being withdrawn from Qatar and the naval base in Bahrain, with most air assets shifted to Saudi Arabia. A quiet movement of military hardware can sometimes speak louder than a public declaration of war. Iranian media outlets are claiming that the United States has begun evacuating key military assets from bases near Iran, describing the moves as preparation for a possible conflict. According to those reports, Chinese satellite imagery allegedly shows American assets being pulled out from facilities in Qatar and from the U.S. naval base in Bahrain. The same reports claim that most American air assets are being relocated to Saudi Arabia. There has been no official confirmation from Washington regarding an evacuation. However, the claims come against the backdrop of heightened tensions following last month's 12-day escalation between Iran, Israel, and the United States. During that flare-up, Iran launched missiles at Al Udeid Airbase in Qatar, a key U.S. military installation, describing it as retaliation for American strikes on Iranian nuclear facilities on June 22. That marked one of the most direct confrontations between Tehran and Washington in recent years. Now, Iran's top military leadership is sending a strong message. Army Commander-in-Chief Major General Abdul Rahim Musavi Hatami declared, "We will defend Iran with all our strength and determination." He rejected the notion that the United States is unbeatable, pointing to America's 20-year wars in Vietnam and Afghanistan, both of which ended in withdrawal.
ما این رسالت تاریخی رو امروز درک می‌کنیم و با تمام قوا انشالله از ایران عزیزمون، از استقلال کشورمون و از نظام جمهوری اسلامی که خود مهمترین حافظ تمامیت ارضی کشور هست با قوت انشالله دفاع میکنیم و حفظ میکنیم.
Meanwhile, RT News has reported that the United States could assign a potential Iran strike mission to Israel. Citing a military source who spoke to RT's Tehran bureau chief, the report claims Washington may be seeking to shift the political and military cost of direct action away from itself.
And with respect to your first question concerning the limited strike, I think there is no limited strike. An act of aggression would be regarded as an act of aggression, period. And any state would react to an act of aggression as part of its inherent right of self-defense ferociously. So that's what we would do.
A direct message from Tehran. Iran's foreign ministry spokesman Ismail Bakai has declared that any U.S. attack, even a limited strike, would be considered an act of aggression. His remarks come after President Donald Trump said he was considering possible limited military action. Tehran's position is clear. Any strike, no matter how calibrated, would trigger a response. At the same time, reports suggest multiple countries have advised their citizens to leave Iran amid fears of possible U.S. strikes in the coming days. While there has been no formal announcement of imminent action, the advisory signals growing international concern that tensions could tip into open confrontation. Satellite images now reveal what analysts describe as a significant shift in Iran's air defense posture. Fresh imagery indicates that Iran has redeployed its long-range S-300 PMU-2 air defense systems closer to key strategic zones, including near Tehran and the city of Isfahan. These systems are designed to intercept aircraft and incoming missiles at extended ranges, forming a protective shield over critical infrastructure. The redeployment suggests heightened alert levels. Isfahan, home to important nuclear and military facilities, holds particular strategic value. Reinforcing air defenses there sends a message: Iran is preparing for the possibility of aerial or missile strikes. Meanwhile, attention is turning toward U.S. force posture in the region. RT News claims this is the biggest Pentagon buildup at Iran's door since the 2003 Iraq invasion. That comparison is striking. The 2003 mobilization marked one of the largest American military deployments in modern history. Whether the scale today matches that era is debated, but the optics are powerful. One location under scrutiny is Sultan Airbase. Historically, the base has served as a strategic logistics and launch hub for U.S. operations in the Gulf. Increased activity there is being interpreted by some observers as forward positioning rather than routine movement. Washington has not publicly framed it as an offensive staging ground. And yet, amid these military signals, diplomacy is not off the table. The United States and Iran are scheduled to hold another round of nuclear talks in Geneva on Thursday. Oman's foreign minister, Badr al-Busaidi, has confirmed the meeting. Oman has previously played mediator, hosting indirect negotiations and facilitating dialogue between the two sides.
We will not bow our heads in the face of these problems. We will try to bring honor and pride to our country. As long as we are alive and we can breathe, we will sacrifice our lives for our country. By God's grace and strength, we will not lower our heads in the face of these difficulties. Even though the outside world and global powers are unfairly pressing us to submit, we will not bow our heads, just as you, athletes, refused to bow to difficulties.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much. And I guess we're going to be asking the press to leave. That way we're going to talk very candidly and take questions, I think, at the end. It wasn't supposed to be. I just said to Susie, what about questions? Sir, you can do whatever you want. I don't know if she says that to other people that she's represented over the years. But thank you very much for being here. It's a great honor. And the media, thank you.